This is a fact, and a lot of people have no idea that this happened, but one of Vladimir Putin's closest aides said that the US is going to devalue their $37 trillion via cryptocurrency. Now, he was right and he was wrong. Now, long term, yes. Short term, we have almost $4 trillion that we call dead money the banks are holding that they can't do anything with. So in the Stablecoin Act, what a lot of people missed was that in order to issue $1 billion, you have to buy $1 billion worth of treasuries, and you would do that via that same money that's locked up, that's not in the economy, it's not being used, but it's still in the 37 trillion bucket. So you have this money that's been sitting there, it's almost $4 trillion, and the banks can't move it. They need to find a way to still keep it there, but also have it circulate. I'm just explaining it again for those of you that didn't catch it. So think about this for a minute. So now by 2030, and this literally came from Scott Bessent, he thinks that roughly $3 to $4 trillion is going to flow into stablecoins. And you think, well, why is he so confident that that's going to happen? Well, because of what I just told you. Now think about this. This money has been locked up since 2008. Now, once that money comes into stablecoins, it will eventually be spent. It won't just stay in stablecoins. They're going to do something with it. They're probably going to buy Bitcoin, Ethereum, and maybe a few other cryptocurrencies, ones that over the next couple of years get ETFs. So you're going to want to be looking at Solana, Cardano, Chainlink. I think you'll see a lot of ETFs with those. XRP, more will come. There'll probably be more ETFs with Bitcoin, more with Ethereum, more with XRP. Like I said, you're going to see a lot of cryptos. Maybe you see SUI. Eventually, I think you're going to see WorldCoin and many other cryptos get an ETF. And that money is just going to flow directly into different cryptocurrencies. But not just cryptos, because then what's going to happen over the next couple of years is they're bringing all of your stocks on chain as well, so you can use stablecoins to buy stocks. So essentially, you're going to see crypto and traditional finance merge, and it's going to happen over the next couple of years. And although not every crypto is going to go up, you're going to see a massive boom because of the hype and speculation in many cryptos that 10 years from now will never be here. So while they have you looking this way because your stocks are doing so well, because gold and silver are doing so well, and they're doing well because they know what's going to come. We're going to see money printing, but also we're going to see creation of dead money. So not only are they going to be printing new dollars, we already know that they're going to be taking $40 billion and basically injecting the economy with that every single month. That's no joke. We also know that Trump's going to be bringing someone in that is, we would call them dovish, meaning he's going to be somebody who's going to try to lower rates, probably get them down to under 2% because we have to refinance our debt. And we have to do that very soon here in the next 12 months. And if you're the United States government, do you really want to refinance your debt at a Fed rate of almost 4% or 1.25%, 1.75? Maybe even close to 1 is possible. I don't expect that anytime soon, though. They're going to save that for a meltdown. But you have all these positive things happening, and this is also already in the stablecoin bill. I mean, remember what I just told you guys. This is the most important part, and I'm just going to repeat it real quick. The stablecoin issuer, whether it be USDC or Tether or any others that are going to come along, also the banking system going to be able to do this as well, have their own stablecoins if they want to. They're going to be able to basically activate that dead money because in the stablecoin bill it says that basically that's all connected. It's, well, we have this dead money here. We don't need to create new money. It's already here. So, and they say it because, it's gonna, essentially what they're saying is it won't go into the economy in the way that just printing it will. It's all a fugazi. At the end of the day, it's going into the economy. It's just going to be going into the blockchain economy. It's not going to be going into the spending economy. So it won't really hit as inflation is bad, let's just say, right away until people make profits. And they take profits. If they take profits, they might end up, buying the top, or they might end up not selling enough because they got greedy. But That's what's happening. And then to add on to the fact that there's almost $4 trillion that's going to come in by 2030, and that's just guaranteed. I don't guarantee a lot of things, and that's like a guarantee. That's going to happen. We need this to happen because you have countries like China and Russia and many other countries, the BRICS nations, they don't want to use the dollar anymore, so they're not buying our debt. And we need to keep printing, so we need a buyer. And who's going to be the buyer? Well, first we're going to have the stablecoins buy that $4 trillion or 3.7 or 3.8 or whatever it is. But then after that happens, where's that? Well, there's no more money. We can't buy anymore because it's gone. Oh, then you can just buy it directly from the Fed. You can just buy direct treasuries. Well, wait, Tyler, aren't they already doing that? Yeah, technically. Yeah, they're just doing it with old money. It's kind of like a way to let them in without freaking the world out. And I think it's a great scheme to make sure that the dollar stays the reserve currency. This is their way of fighting BRICS. This is their way of fighting a gold-backed currency. Because I don't think the world, like Tucker Carlson said this the other day, I don't think the world wants a Chinese-backed currency. I don't think they want a ruble. I don't think that these are going to be the reserves. I think the reserves are going to be some type of crypto, and it'll start with stable coins, and then maybe it becomes Bitcoin in the future. And when you read this book, the Bitcoin Standard, it teaches you that. And that's literally what's been happening. It's moving closer and closer and closer to that. But because Bitcoin has not performed well in 2025, when everybody thought it was going to go to 250,000, and everything else is doing well, people forget about it. They think, oh, it's dead. But when in all reality, the big money sees it coming, so they're going to crush it. They're going to crush retail. They're going to buy a bunch of it. They're going to set up the systems for it, the on-ramps for it, the regulation for it. This is what the Stablecoin Act was. This is what the Clarity Act is. And then once they do that, then they're going to say, hey, all right, we're taking our profits from the stock market. We're taking our profits from gold and silver, right? Because we made a bunch of money on it, and we're going to move it into the underperforming asset class that we've built a huge bridge on that eventually all money is going to move towards. And most of you aren't going to be here listening to this video. You're going to already have left. Most people last about 30 seconds on my videos, which is actually really good considering the human brain today has an average span of about 35 to 37 seconds. So caption your attention. But most of you aren't going to be here for this full video. So let me know if you made it through. Comment, and I want to know who out of all of you that are watching this, who actually watched and listened and was like, okay, this is why Tyler says wait till the end. This is why Tyler doesn't take 30 seconds or a minute to explain something. Let me know, should I do more of this content and longer form stuff, explaining stuff, or do you want short hits? And make sure you guys share the video, like the video, check out the Telegram if you're new. We will be eventually calling a bunch of low cap cryptos when liquidity comes back in. We'll find stuff that's, gems like Pinlink was and Cardano was back in the day. We'll be finding some AOSs. We'll be finding multiple cryptos that do 10, 20, 30, maybe 100x. There's no guarantee there, but that's what you're going to get in the Telegram eventually when liquidity comes back. In the meantime, we're there talking about everything that we just talked about. We're there knowing what I'm buying, what I'm dollar cost averaging, what I'm thinking is going on in the market, because although for the last year it's been really bad and not one crypto creator, content creator has been right, really. I will say this, if you've been with me for 11 years, you know exactly what you're getting. And I'll also say this, since 2022, I've been screaming numbers that look like today. Numbers that look like today that you might want to start really dollar cost averaging. Like you've been buying consistently. Now, this is where everything fucking goes in the next couple of months. And if you did that in 2022, you made a ton of money, 10, 20, 30, 100x's. Those are coming again. So check out the Telegram and the Stan link. Remember, I'm not a financial advisor. Always invest at your own risk. I'm here to teach you, educate you on how this market works, tell you what I'm doing, and hopefully you'll learn and have success. We'll see you guys soon.